Hello, Los Angeles Dodgers fans. We've got fresh, exclusive videos and the latest updates just for you. Before we dive in, make sure to join our channel and hit that like button. This is the best way to stay on top of all the breaking news. The Los Angeles Dodgers have once again shown why they remain one of the most formidable teams in the National League, completing a dominant sweep of the San Diego Padres this past weekend and extending their lead in the NL West to 2 full games. The 3-game sweep, which came after a rough patch for Los Angeles, was more than just a collection of wins. It was a statement about resilience, focus, and the ability to perform under pressure. Just days earlier, the Dodgers were coming off a 4-game losing streak and had struggled since early July, winning only 12 of 33 games. Meanwhile, the Padres had looked unstoppable, riding a wave of 23 victories out of 35 games, boosted by key acquisitions at the trade deadline that seemed to tilt momentum squarely in their favor. Yet, despite the Padres' apparent dominance in recent weeks, the Dodgers maintained their edge over their rivals, extending a streak of series victories that stretches back over a year, including their memorable encounter in the 2024 National League Division Series. Entering the weekend, the Dodgers were acutely aware of the stakes. The team had faced adversity and criticism for a mid-season slump that saw their performance dip well below expectations. But as soon as they took the field at Dodger Stadium, it was evident that this squad was determined to remind everyone of its capabilities. The intensity was palpable, from the pitchers taking the mound to the infielders ready for every line drive and grounder. Manager Dave Roberts emphasized the importance of focus and consistency, noting that while the sweep was satisfying, it was not about making a grand declaration to the league. Instead, it was a demonstration of the team's commitment to excellence, showing that even in challenging stretches, they could rise to the occasion and execute at a high level. Every inning, every pitch, and every at-bat reflected a team that understood its potential and refused to let a losing streak define its identity. Freddie Freeman, a cornerstone of the Dodgers lineup, echoed this sentiment. For him, the sweep was a clear signal that Los Angeles still possesses the talent, experience, and determination to compete with the best, but he also reminded that there is no room for complacency. The season is entering its final stretch, with only 38 or 39 games remaining, and each contest carries enormous weight. Freeman stressed that the team's internal understanding of its strengths is crucial, but that focus must remain on the immediate task, playing consistent, disciplined baseball. Mookie Betts, another key figure in the Dodgers lineup, reinforced the importance of maintaining perspective. Despite the emotion and satisfaction of sweeping a rival, the team's attention must shift quickly to the next series against the Colorado Rockies, as letting momentum turn into overconfidence could prove costly. Betts' approach reflects a broader philosophy within the team: measured intensity, situational awareness, and a steady, unwavering commitment to performance. One of the standout moments of the series was the remarkable performance of Alex Vesia, who stepped onto the mound in a high-pressure situation during the final game and delivered a masterclass in composure and determination. The left-hander inherited 2 runners on base in the 8th inning after Alexis Diaz had allowed the Padres to creep back into the game, bringing the score to an even 4-4. Despite the tension, Vesia refused to back down, convincing Roberts to let him pitch the 9th inning even though he had struggled in recent appearances. His confidence paid off immediately. After Mookie Betts delivered a clutch home run to reclaim the lead, Vesia executed each pitch with precision, closing out the game and preserving the sweep. The performance was not only critical in terms of the scoreboard, but also offered a boost to the Dodgers' bullpen, which had been stretched thin due to injuries and overuse. Roberts credited his decision to trust Vesia's instinct and willingness, highlighting the manager-player dynamic that allows for decisive, situational choices under pressure. Vesia's outing also underscored the mental resilience required at the highest levels of professional baseball. Having allowed at least 1 run in his previous 4 appearances, the left-hander entered this pivotal game with the understanding that his performance could swing the series outcome. He meticulously prepared, reviewing scouting reports and aligning strategies with his catchers, and when the moment arrived, he executed each pitch with clarity and confidence. The trust Roberts placed in Vija was reciprocated by the pitcher's readiness to embrace responsibility, illustrating the symbiotic relationship between leadership and execution that defines elite teams. In this sense, the sweep was as much about mental toughness as it was about technical skill, and it showcased the Dodgers' ability to harness both in high-stakes scenarios. The context of this sweep is equally important. The Dodgers have endured a challenging season plagued by injuries, particularly in the pitching staff. Early on, the starting rotation suffered setbacks, forcing adjustments and reliance on organizational depth. Later, the bullpen faced a similar crisis, with overuse and further injuries prompting the team to stretch resources and make tactical decisions about how best to deploy arms in critical situations. Los Angeles invested heavily in the offseason to bolster its pitching, acquiring new arms and re-signing key veterans. But even the most meticulous planning could not fully insulate the team from the realities of attrition over a long season. The sweep against the Padres, thus, serves as a testament to the team's depth and ability to adapt under duress, reflecting both strategic acumen from the coaching staff and the individual readiness of players to step up when needed. The narrative of the Dodgers' season also intersects with the broader landscape of free agent pitching. With a bullpen that has at times struggled to maintain consistency, the organization is keeping an eye on opportunities to enhance its relief options. Former all-star relievers who have faced recent challenges may present viable solutions, as Los Angeles has a history of providing talented pitchers with opportunities to reestablish their value. Such strategic acquisitions could reinforce the team's pitching depth as they navigate the final weeks of the regular season, ensuring that the Dodgers maintain competitive advantage against both divisional rivals and national contenders. Following the dramatic sweep of the Padres, the Los Angeles Dodgers shift their focus to the next challenge on the schedule, a 3-game series against the Colorado Rockies. The significance of this stretch cannot be overstated. While sweeping a high-profile rival like San Diego brings immediate satisfaction, the Dodgers know all too well that baseball's long season is unforgiving and momentum can evaporate as quickly as it is built. Colorado presents a distinct challenge, not only because of the inherent difficulty of playing at altitude in Denver, but also because the Rockies, while not enjoying the same level of recent success as the Padres, have demonstrated a capacity to disrupt even elite teams with well-timed pitching, aggressive base running, and unexpected offensive bursts. For Los Angeles, maintaining the mental sharpness and strategic discipline exhibited against San Diego is essential to sustaining their pursuit of the National League West crown. The sweep has provided a psychological boost, yes, but it also raises expectations internally, and the Dodgers' leadership, both in the clubhouse and in the dugout, is acutely aware that overconfidence can be as dangerous as an opponent's fastball. Dave Roberts, whose managerial philosophy emphasizes trust, communication, and adaptability, has already begun preparing his team for the transition to Denver. The approach involves a meticulous balance of rest, focused practice, and strategic planning. He recognizes that the Rockies series will test not only the Dodgers' skills, but their depth, particularly in pitching. The bullpen, while revitalized by Alex Vija's recent heroics, has been stretched thin over the course of the season. Each reliever has had to adjust to unusual workloads, unexpected game situations, and the constant pressure of late-inning appearances, all while battling the mental toll that comes with being asked to perform repeatedly under high-stakes circumstances. Vija's ability to rise to the occasion against San Diego has provided Roberts with a blueprint for how to approach high-pressure situations moving forward. Trust the player, emphasize preparation, and encourage ownership of the outcome. It's a philosophy that has been cultivated over years of consistent communication in a culture that prizes accountability, adaptability, and resilience. Freddie Freeman, whose leadership both on and off the field has become increasingly vital as the Dodgers navigate their grueling schedule, has echoed the same sentiment of measured focus. While his performance over the weekend highlighted his ability to deliver in clutch situations, Freeman understands that individual heroics, while impactful, are only meaningful when integrated into a broader team strategy. Baseball, after all, is as much about consistency as it is about flashes of brilliance. The Dodgers' recent success against the Padres reflects a harmony between individual execution and collective effort. It also demonstrates the importance of leadership figures like Freeman and Mookie Betts, who anchor the lineup and set a tone of disciplined intensity for the entire roster. The duo's ability to balance personal performance with mentorship and guidance to younger teammates ensures that Los Angeles can weather the inevitable peaks and valleys of a season that has already tested them in every imaginable way. One of the defining narratives of this phase of the season is the Dodgers' pitching conundrum, which has been both a challenge and an opportunity. Injuries and overuse have forced the team to adapt constantly, stretching organizational depth in ways that would challenge even the most experienced coaching staff. Yet, this adversity has provided the Dodgers with valuable insights into player development, strategy, and situational flexibility. For instance, relievers like Vesia and Alexis Diaz have been required to navigate high-leverage situations far more frequently than originally anticipated, forcing adjustments to mechanics, mental approach, and game planning. The success of these pitchers under pressure underscores the importance of both preparation and confidence. Vesia's 5-out save against the Padres was more than a statistical footnote. It was a demonstration of mental toughness, a moment where preparation, trust, and execution converged in a way that had a tangible impact on the team's trajectory. It also served as a reminder that even amidst the chaos of injuries and irregular workloads, the Dodgers can extract elite performances by empowering their players to take ownership of critical situations. In addition to the internal dynamics, the Dodgers are navigating the broader context of Major League Baseball's increasingly competitive landscape. Across the league, teams are innovating in terms of analytics, scouting, and in-game strategy, making every game an intricate puzzle of probabilities, matchups, and tactical decisions. The Padres, with their mid-season acquisitions and recent surge, exemplify this trend. San Diego's success prior to the sweep was not accidental. It was the result of strategic trades, lineup adjustments, and effective deployment of their pitching staff. By contrast, the Dodgers' ability to overcome these challenges reflects a blend of experience, adaptability, and depth that continues to distinguish Los Angeles from many other contenders. Their capacity to adjust in real time, make informed decisions based on both analytics and intuition, and execute with precision has been a recurring theme, particularly in high-pressure series like the one against San Diego. As the Dodgers prepare for Denver, the issue of pitching depth looms large. The bullpen has been tested repeatedly, and the upcoming series represents both an opportunity and a potential stress point. Injuries to key relievers have forced the team to consider external options, including potential free agent acquisitions. Former All-Star pitchers who have struggled in recent seasons, such as Devin Williams, are being evaluated as possible additions to reinforce the bullpen for the stretch run. Williams, who endured a challenging campaign with the New York Yankees, could benefit from a change of scenery in the Dodgers' structured environment, which has a proven track record of revitalizing veteran arms. Ultimately, the sweep of the Padres and the forthcoming series against Colorado represent more than wins or statistics. They reflect the Dodgers' identity as a team capable of navigating adversity, leveraging depth, and executing at the highest level. Each game provides a window into the intricate interplay of skill, preparation, leadership, and mental fortitude that defines championship-caliber teams. Los Angeles has demonstrated that, even amid injuries, pressure, and tough opposition, they can harness talent, focus, and strategic insight to achieve decisive outcomes. The coming weeks will test these qualities even further, as the Dodgers aim to solidify their place atop the NL West and position themselves for a deep playoff run. But the lessons from recent successes, particularly the sweep against the Padres, provide both confidence and a roadmap for the challenges ahead. But before we move forward, don't forget to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest news about the Los Angeles Dodgers. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the news, so drop a comment below. Clayton Kershaw's shocking retirement has sent tremors through the baseball world and the whispers around Dodger Stadium are louder than ever. Fans and insiders alike are scrambling to process the sudden announcement, which came with a blistering accusation that has left even the most seasoned reporters speechless. Kershaw, a franchise icon whose name is synonymous with the Los Angeles Dodgers, did more than just hang up his cleats. He tore open the hidden corridors of power within one of Major League Baseball's most storied organizations. Sources suggest that tensions have been simmering for years, but the former ace's statement, claiming betrayal by the front office, has ignited speculation about internal politics, management decisions, and the culture of the clubhouse. People who have spent years observing the Dodgers note that while Kershaw's performance on the mound was legendary, his relationship with the executives was fraught with subtle conflicts that never made headlines. Rumors now circulate about meetings, unspoken agreements, and moments of friction that may have contributed to the pitcher's sudden exit. The timing of his retirement, coming just before the season's critical stretch, only adds fuel to the fire, prompting fans to question whether loyalty, contracts, or hidden agendas played a role in driving away one of the greatest pitchers of his generation. The intensity of the fallout from Kershaw's remarks cannot be overstated, as analysts debate the implications for the Dodgers' current roster and future prospects. His words, particularly the charge of betrayal, hint at a deeper struggle behind the scenes, one that may involve not only disagreements over strategy, but also clashes over respect, recognition, and legacy. Conversations in sports circles now revolve around which decisions may have contributed to a perceived fracture between the pitcher and the front office, with speculation ranging from pitching rotation choices to contract negotiations, media handling, and the allocation of team resources. The narrative that Kershaw has unveiled paints a picture of a high-stakes environment where even legendary figures can feel undermined or unappreciated, challenging the image of unity often portrayed to fans and the public. Commentators have dissected interviews and social media posts, attempting to identify subtle signs of discontent that might have gone unnoticed at the time. Meanwhile, within the Dodgers organization, whispers of internal meetings, discussions about leadership, and attempts to address morale issues have begun to surface, suggesting a team scrambling to control the narrative. Baseball insiders speculate that the ripple effects of this revelation could influence player morale, trade strategies, and management reputations, potentially redefining how the Dodgers approach both talent retention and public relations in the coming seasons, as Kershaw's voice now echoes loudly in the corridors of speculation. Fans themselves have taken to forums and social media platforms to dissect every word of Kershaw's statement, creating an ecosystem of rumor, conjecture, and heated debate that has only amplified the story's reach. Enthusiasts of baseball are not merely processing the fact of his retirement, but are attempting to unravel the complex web of backstage politics that the star pitcher alluded to, questioning who might have contributed to the betrayal he so passionately described. Every decision made in the front office, from trade approvals to coaching hires, is suddenly under scrutiny, as observers try to correlate past events with Kershaw's claims. Analysts argue that the intensity of these revelations could mark a turning point in how players perceive loyalty within high-profile organizations, possibly encouraging more stars to speak candidly about their experiences behind the public veneer. Meanwhile, speculation persists about which figures inside the Dodgers hierarchy may have been involved in actions or decisions that Kershaw found objectionable, and whether these conflicts were personal, professional, or a mixture of both. The cultural impact of this departure is palpable, as fans reconcile their admiration for a pitcher who defined a generation with the unsettling notion that the organization may have alienated him at the very moment his presence could have been most impactful. Social media threads overflow with theories, from disagreements over media appearances to rumored friction with emerging talent, creating a narrative of intrigue that merges both sports performance and human drama, fueling a saga that seems far from reaching its conclusion. Amid all this, the Dodgers organization has remained largely silent, issuing carefully worded statements that attempt to acknowledge Kershaw's contributions without directly addressing his accusations. This silence, however, has only intensified speculation, leading insiders to suggest that there may be layers of conflict yet to be revealed, as management weighs the consequences of both public perception and internal morale. Baseball analysts point out that such silence can be interpreted in multiple ways, as an attempt to protect reputations, as strategic legal caution, or as evidence of deeper fractures within the organization. The rumor mill churns with suggestions that Kershaw's departure might trigger further scrutiny of other high-profile players' relationships with management, potentially inspiring additional disclosures or even contractual disputes. Discussions in sports media have expanded to consider the psychological toll of long careers, organizational expectations, and the pressures of maintaining excellence in a highly scrutinized environment, all framed through the lens of Kershaw's sudden and dramatic exit. Meanwhile, former teammates, some speaking anonymously, hint at backstage dynamics that were often invisible to fans, but may have influenced both performance and perception within the clubhouse. With every passing day, the story gains new layers as analysts, former players, and insiders provide insight, interpretation, and conjecture, creating a dynamic narrative that blends factual career achievements with the tantalizing possibility of scandal, power struggles, and unspoken rivalries, ensuring that the Dodgers' off-field drama becomes as compelling as the games themselves. That's all for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay up to date with exclusive news about the Los Angeles Dodgers, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We always appreciate your comments and feedback. See you in the next video.